Hey friends, I'm Emily and this is Brooks Family Farm and it is time to plant tulips. It's probably been time to plant tulips already, but our highs have been like in the low 30s Fahrenheit and I just haven't felt like it. So today it's like 50 degrees Fahrenheit, comfortable. We're a few days before Thanksgiving, which is my goal. I have cleared out, you can kind of see this row behind me, I've cleared it out and scratched the dirt to be ready to plant my tulips. So if you don't grow cut flowers, you may not know that tulips are planted annually. So in your home garden or your landscape, they are perennial, they'll come back every year. But for cut flowers, we plant them every year and we pull up the bulb every year. So I did plant tulips last year, but they are not here anymore. So we're starting fresh. Traditionally, cut flower growers will dig a trench about 6 inches deep and place their tulips. You'll see that the tulips go a lot closer together when you're gonna pull them. But last year I experimented a little bit and it worked well, so I'm gonna experiment on a much larger scale this year. I'm just gonna place my tulips along the top of the ground in contact with the dirt, but not dug down at all, and then place 6 to 8 inches of hay mulch over top of them. It saves me from digging into the ground. It makes pulling them up pretty easy, and it saves my soil from being dug and disturbed too much as well. There are some disadvantages. I use deep hay mulch in my garden quite a lot, and I have evidence of voles and mice, especially this fall. Really, I've noticed them quite a lot. So I've got some things in mind to try and protect my tulips. I've got like chili pepper powder and garlic powder to put down. I've got a bunch of alliums I'm going to be planting around. All of those things are things that the moles and voles do not like the smell of. So we're going to try that and see if that keeps some of that down. So I'm guessing based off my planting last year that I'll be able to fit about 1,200 tulips in one of my rows. I brought out 1,300 bulbs, 1,350. And we'll see what fits and go from there. I only have one row prepped because I don't have a lot of time today, but I wanted to get started. So this is the row I'm going to be starting with. This is the row my zinnias were on last year. I pulled my zinnia plants and just scratched the top of the dirt flat. We're going to start down here at the end. So I think I'm going to be able to fit a little more than I thought in a row. This is 200 of the double mix. This is 300 of the fringe mix. So there's 500. And I think that's maybe a third of my row. So I got called away to work on something else. And so I didn't get as far as I hoped. And I'm not done working, but it's going to get dark. So I'm going to show you where I am now. And then we can come look tomorrow. So we have 200 of a double mix, and you can see they're very close together compared to how you would plant tulips in your landscape. 200 doubles, 300 of a fringe mix. So all I did here was rake away the old hay and pull up a few clumps of grass and weeds. And I didn't pull up everything because I do it the lazy way. Like, here's a dandelion that's probably not going to come up. It also warmed up today, and our lows are going to be like 30 Fahrenheit at the lowest instead of in the low 20s. So I uncovered my ranunculus that we covered up the other day in a video. It's been like a week ago. It was so cold. But not only did they survive, they're looking amazing. So I'm going to show you. They have so much growth on them. They didn't really get damaged at all by the cold. Basically everything green you see here is ranunculus. There are some teeny tiny weeds, but the bulk of this is ranunculus. the sprinkle top is not going to work. There we go. Okay, so it got dark on us doing these tulips. I actually came out yesterday in a hurry, so I didn't grab the camera. And I finished this row of tulips. So let me see right here. And I have 2,150 tulips in this row. And I got it covered with hay. I'll show you that a little bit better. So this is my row, and this perfect because I got the hay on yesterday. That's why I was in a hurry. And then we got 1.5 inches of rain last night, so it kind of settled the hay a bit. And it looks like I'm going to need a little bit more on the edges. So I don't know if I put tulips out this far. Yeah, see, those tulips aren't covered nearly well enough. So I need some more hay on the edges. But here towards the middle, we want them to be 6 to 8 inches down, and they're probably 4 inches down. So we'll come back with another layer of hay through here. But today I still have 1,000 tulips to put in, so I'm going to work on getting this row next to them ready and planted and covered. So all I did here was rake away the old hay and pull up a few clumps of grass and weeds. And I didn't pull up everything because I do it the lazy way. Like, here's a dandelion that's probably not going to come up. Yeah, didn't come up. And I don't want to sit here all day trying to get it, so I'm not going to. Now, if you're gardening or farming, that may not be the choice you make. You may get all the weeds. More power to you. You will have a beautiful farm. That's just not what we're doing. I just don't have a lot of interest in working that hard. Like, I'm okay with working hard, but I think this will be fine. So I only did this much because I'm not sure how many tulips I have inside. I'm actually still waiting on a few hundred. So I think I may only have 900, in which case I think that's plenty of room. So I'm gonna go get them and see. So first we just have 150 of Jake's cheap mix, he called it. This next 100 was supposed to be Avignon Parrot, but it looks like it was just a parrot mix. And then I have just 30 Peggy Wonder, which is an ice cream tulip. And then here I have 75 Gorilla. And then here I have 50 Dordogne. I don't know how to pronounce it. Then 100 Snow Crystal, Labrador, and Bendigo. So then I have 175 Charming Beauty, and then 300 that's mixed up Queen of Night and Apricot Beauty. So then I'm just throwing the kitchen sink, or more accurately the kitchen spice cabinet, at these tulips to try and protect from the varmints. I'm doing minced onion, garlic powder, chili powder, and also blood meal, which is a fertilizer. I got organic blood meal, but it is also supposed to a little bit deter rabbits and mice, so I'm putting that down, and I think that's it. And then I'm going to get them covered up. So that is all the tulips. I would apologize for it being kind of disjointed and taking several days, but I have a full-time job and 2 small children, and that's just the way things get done around here. But they are all in, they are all covered. We will water when we don't get rain. We typically get pretty good moisture through the winter. So I do plant them that funny way without digging and with hay on top. I borrowed that from the Ruth Stout gardening method. She wrote a book detailing gardening with deep hay mulch, and I kind of did the tulips similar to the way that she would do potatoes. And like I said, it worked last year on a small scale with 400 tulips. I'm a little nervous doing it this year. I've never heard of anyone else doing it that way, so if you have, or if you have thoughts or opinions, it is a funny way to do it. Like, go ahead and drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think, and I will let you know how it works. I'm not saying this is a new way to do it, because it's only my second year and it may totally fail. So don't go out and jump and do it. But if you're interested, hang out and watch. It is an easy way to get them in. I really enjoy doing it that way. So thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for following along. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not, because we'll be posting those updates through the winter and into the spring. Thank you. Bye.